Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Premier League Round 3 of Wheel to Wheels Season 7. Tonight you have Azidi right here, 8-6, and with a fellow commentator, Super Dragon. Super Dragon, say good evening to everyone.
Good evening all, glad to be here.
Tonight we're in the lovely European village in France called Alsace Village. The course is 5.4 kilometers long, with lots of highs and lots of lows and very sharp corners. This is a track where it's going to absolutely kill tyres. And also on visuals, before I forget, on visuals we have Herbal Green Tea. Herbal, say g'day to everyone.
G'day everyone.
That's good. So Dragon, who's your pick for tonight with these lovely Premier League guys?
I mean, it's hard to go past Pure Axel after how he's been racing, but I feel like Tate's going to have something for him this race. He got a big penalty for an incident 2 weeks ago, but I feel like he's going to want to make up for that this week.
And knowing that you've done a bit of practice this week, what do you think is going to be the pole position time for the Premier League? What to expect?
Yeah, knowing that I've done practice, I would expect probably a 38 at a shot in the dark.
38, nice. And by whom, you reckon? Do you think it's going to be a little surprise bracket, noting that Troy HQ is just bumped up to the Premier League? Do you think he might have a bit of a surprise, or do you think it's going to be the regulars such as Diswood or an Adam V10? Or
I feel like it's hard to take the chance away from Adam or Apex or Diswood or any of those guys. I feel like they're probably in for it. I'd probably back maybe Apex Humper for it here. It's probably going to be my pick for pole.
Definitely. I think Adam. I can't go past Adam, knowing that he's the guy that gave me his Fanatec to borrow. I've been doing quite well on it, so whenever I can get back at him, I'll definitely back at him for that pole position. But it's hard to go past Fine Moves and Figo, who's also shown some great speed.
Yeah, I haven't seen too much from Figo, so I'm interested to see how he goes tonight.
So I reckon this is the perfect time, knowing that everyone's just done the warm-up. I reckon this is the perfect time to quickly go through all the competitors. So starting off, going around the first round track, we have Oil in My Blood. We're racing for T-Rex Racing, who's hosting as well. And behind him we have Chance, GT, another very quick driver.
Yeah, behind him we have the G himself in that beautiful chrome Nissan, followed by Rexy Buckingham in another T-Rex Racing Nissan. Plenty of those in this lobby.
After that we have Apex Humper. He's a very, very quick driver, and as Super Dragon said, he's the one to watch. Behind that you got Figo, another T-Rex driver.
Absolutely, they're everywhere. We got Fine Moves from Shake and Bake Racing behind them, followed by Ben, who's in yet another beautiful chrome Nissan from Flat Out Racings.
We have another real fast new up and comer. We got Tate 2J in that lovely Anzac Racing, a Kiwi, and we got Pure Axel again in that chrome GTR. Unfortunately, he's a Kiwi.
We got Troy for Anzac Autosport as well, rolling around in 11th, and then Diswood for Mad Turtle Racing in 12th at the moment.
And last of all, you got Adam V10 for Corsa Racing. Always the one to watch. He always just loves doing just a one quick lap for qualifying, so he watch for his very quick lap coming up.
Yep. Alright, here we go. Back to the front of the field. We got Oil coming through the final corner right now. See what type of time he can set. 39.9, so not too bad. Shan's with 39.2.
There you go,
38.9. 38.8 from Apex. They're just getting quicker as they come through. 38.7 from Fine Moves.
Holy crap.
These guys are not playing around.
This was about to cross follow line now. It's going to be very close. Oh no, way off actually.
Rough lap from Diswood there. Adam going to be the last one to post the lap here. 39.1, so across the top 10 is separated by less than 8 tenths right now, with Fine Moves currently leading.
Yeah, Fire Moves absolutely destroyed everyone in that final sector.
Looks like Figo's pulled out of his quali lap as well, so he won't be he won't be improving on that time. Just saw him braking on the side of the road, letting a couple of guys by. Pure Axel's just put it into the wall as well, so that'll be his lap gone as well.
Jeez.
He'll probably jump on board with Oil here, as he's going to be the first one to come back across the line.
And another one to watch is Adam as well. He's just checked purple for Sector 1. The only one to do it in the second runs for qualifying.
That's my team boss, come on.
But looking at the last lap with the current pole position, Fine Moves, he absolutely obliterated everyone in the final sector, beating everyone by at least 0.3 of a second. Just showing his...
Can Oil improve? No, no improvement from Oil in my blood. G does improve to the 39.2. I don't think it was enough to put him up a spot though.
No, it wasn't, kept him at 7th.
Ben improves with a 39.2. Got Troy coming across the line, 39.5, not a bad time there.
Oh, you go.
Diswood should be 39.3, and then Adam, the last across the line, I believe, with a 38.9.
Very close, very close. Just lost a little bit in the last sector there.
12 of the 13 drivers separated by just 8 tenths of a second.
It just shows you the quality that we have in the Premier League at the moment. It's just unreal. The times that these guys are setting are just, yeah, magnificent. Makes it harder for us, the younger measly plebs, to jump up to the Premier League, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, that Premier League is now being held in a lot higher regard to it was a couple of seasons ago. The amount of talent we've had come in recently to stack it up has been great. I've been loving it. I've been loving my demotion out of Div 1.
Well, you're still an awfully quick driver there, Dragon. Way faster than me, that's for sure.
I don't know.
If you put a little bit more time to GT Sport.
Oh, I can't argue there, I guess. But yeah, just waiting out these last couple seconds as Shan's put back to the pits, so we've got to wait for the time to run out. So it looks like a couple of guys put a banker in and then maybe pushed a little too hard on their next lap to try and get everything out of it, and just made small mistakes, decided it wasn't worth completing the lap and just banned it completely. Well, here we go.
Here we go, Fine Moves on pole once again, taking out another pole position for season 3. So congratulations to Fine Moves, having another one on the bank. And then we have Apex Humper and Rexy. These are your top 3.
Yes, I think if we jump on board with maybe 5th or 6th off the start, good mid-pack spots to see what kind of chaos happens through here.
I reckon Figo, if we jump in with Figo in grid 6, in P6 would be perfect.
Oh, lights are all lit. We're green. Tyres, absolute roasting fest coming off the line there.
Oh, Rexy, all the back of Apex Humper there.
Figo's had a rough run off the line and might lose a spot to G-Man here. They're side by side.
And we have a change of position. Apex has done the undercut on 5 moves and is taking P1.
Already gone defensive into turn 2 or 3 or wherever this corner is here now at this point. Holds it beautifully as well. I'm expecting to see a massive train of these cars form. As back in the field we've got G-Man and Pure Axel side by side. I think G led him through there, a little bit of teamwork getting done.
Yeah, absolutely close racing. You are correct. We have this massive line, just showing how close the talent that we have in Premier League. Just everyone knows the tail, just looking for mistakes so they can capitalise.
Yeah, there's barely an inch between these cars, and to get any kind of breakaway, you need an absolutely stonking lap. Oh, Figo gets a little bit of contact from, I believe, Pure Axel there along the big banked corner. Oh. And now it looks like Team Flat Out Racing is just trying to swarm him, as they have Pure Axel, G-Man, and I believe Ben as well, all right behind him.
Jurax just does a little move there, puts him out, goes, gets him on the hairpin there and just forces him out wide and makes the move stick. But going very defensive there in P6 there, just trying to hold out Figo.
Yeah, Puraxel maybe knowing he's got a bit more race pace than his quali lap suggested, so not wanting to lose that spot back straight away. Has created a little bit of a gap up to the top 5, but I'm sure Puraxel won't mind chasing that down, as we've seen him do many times in the past.
Oh, we've got Wheel Tour Ben in 9th, trying to make a move around the outside of G. He's going to have the outside coming into this turn 3, and then if he can hold it out there, no, it cuts back in. And this one as well, it's heating up for that P8 position.
Diswood looking around the outside of Ben now.
Oh.
Both drivers leaving plenty of room. Diswood's going to have the inside for the next corner. It's a long sweeper, so he should be able to make that position, and he does.
Just can't run out wide, because you run out wide, you put over the gas, and nicely done. Diswood taking P9 over Ben. Oh, loses a little bit. Was that contact?
Ben's gone off.
I'm not sure. But...
Can you get that? Can you get a replay of that? Can you talk us through that, Herb? I think there was a bit of contact with Diswood losing it a little bit.
No, I don't think there was any contact. I think Ben just went a bit wide and caught some dirt. Caught that on the camera.
But yeah, what all that fighting has done is it's opened up almost 1 second gap up to the top 5. So now Figo and Puraxel will have to hunt that down. That top 5 group starting to just kind of move away. The top 2 actually breaking away from them as well. So a couple of little packs forming here throughout. Oh, Rex is around! Rex has had a massive spin. He's going to have huge damage.
Let's get that on the replay. He's in P12 now, P13.
13, yeah, that was massive from Rexy.
Can we get a replay of that, Herbal? From that?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what hit him, but yeah, he's gone all the way around.
Yeah, he clipped his grass, yeah. Hard spin, put too much grass on the exit of the uphill left, and...
Jeez, that's interesting. Oil, Rexy, Adam B10 and Ben are all in the pits.
Yeah. Well, Rexy came in with damage. I'm not sure about the other guys. Yeah, strange strategy calls there. Maybe, because after Rex spun, I think Adam took avoiding action, might have also got damage, not sure, but... Now, Apex Humper and Fine Moves sharing a happy 1.5 second gap back to 3rd and start to run away a little bit. Tate in a little bit of no man's land, as is Figo and Puraxel, so the racing's starting to calm down a little bit now. Shans has G-Man right on his rear bumper though, back for 7th and 8th position.
Then we do a quick shout out to our newcomer in 9th position, Troy, holding his own in the Premier League. You know, I believe this is his first time up in the Premier League, so big shout out to Troy, holding P9 at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Solid effort from Troy, showing that it is possible to jump up from those Div 3, Div 2 lobbies to get into Premier League. A couple of good rounds. But G is he's absolutely hounding Shans at the moment.
Just as you said that, Troy's
speaking
gone
of
around.
Troy, he has just gone around. Yep. So that's a little bit of the beautiful commentator's curse that we possess in this box right now. Yeah, that's a brutal spin. He's got engine damage, he's got front and rear bumper damage, and suspension damage on his front left and rear right. So that might be Troy's sprint race over and done with. That's a brutal spin there.
Yeah, that full damage, it's unrelenting.
Yeah, back up in the battle for 6th though, we've got Shans, G-Man and Diswood all together now. So Shan's having a cracker of a lap last lap. Well, Diswood struggled and pulled him in a little bit. Now he's right on the rear bumper.
Do you reckon this battling with the GDR, do you think you're just going to be using a little bit more tyre and potentially a little bit?
Absolutely. I absolutely think you're going to burn your tyres a whole lot more if you're battling and if you're in slipstream as well. If you come into corners a little faster than normal, you scrub the tyres. Just little things that can take off a percentage here and there.
So if you're in battle, say you're in G right now, Super Dragon, what would you do? Would you just wait for a mistake, or would you just hit your braking markers and then see what the other guys do?
I feel like for G at the moment, he kind of just has to hit his markers and race his race and see what Shans does. As Diswood goes a little wide and allows Shans up alongside him. He's going to back out of it in the uphill left, but he gets a good run. Looks around the outside, pulls back in though. For G-Man, I would even consider maybe pitting early. To kind of get out, because if you have a look on the track map, there is a massive gap back there, and he could get out of this traffic. So possibly, if he feels he's being held up by these two battling, I would jump into the pits early, see how I go.
But do you think? Well, that is definitely a possibility. But doing 8 laps on softs, like I know these guys are Premier League, but that seems a bit of a superhuman effort, knowing that how much these tyres get punished around here.
Well, yeah, if you pit at the end of lap 4, it would have only been 7 laps, and we did see Adam and a couple others come in at the end of lap 2 or 3, so there's guys doing 9 laps, 8 laps on softs anyways. And with how fast and flowing this track is, I feel like dirty air might help enough to hold people off if they're on that better tyre.
Yeah,
but it's all about how much G might feel like he's losing if he's feeling stuck behind these guys.
So you reckon that track? That means I'm guessing you also believe that track position is key as well.
I feel like track position is fairly important here. Yeah, it usually is in the Group 2 cars because of how downforce reliant they are.
No, I did not know. So you expect anyone in the pit this lap, knowing that when at the halfway point?
Yeah, if I'm G-Man, I would duck into the pits if I feel like I'm being held up. If I feel like Shans and Diswood are dragging me along and helping, I'd definitely stay out and just copy them. But if I'm feeling held up, I'm definitely ducking into the pits this lap.
Alright, we've got Apex Humper and 5 moves into the pit. TJ, take TJ. I think we got everyone
stays
pulling
out. Diswood stays out. So we've got a couple. Adam, who's already pitted, is going to be doing the long run on these tyres. Comes out, I believe, just behind Tate. Yep, right alongside Tate here.
I know that Adam's been practicing the longest stint, so I wasn't expecting that long, but yeah.
Yeah, I believe he might have had damage early on when Rexy spun, and that's maybe why he pitted, because I'm not sure he was expecting to pit that early. But he's come out behind Tate, so he's got a little bit of slipstream to help, even though he is on them older tyres, so Tate can help suck him along a little bit and keep him away from the guys behind.
So, just going back to in P2, we've got Diswood, Fine Moves, and Apex Humper fighting over. You can just see the difference between grip at the moment. Diswood on the older tyres, and Fine Moves and Humper on the newer tyres. Diswood is just holding up those two boys.
Yep, and Fine Move's going to sneak his way through. This is really important for Fine Moves. He gets a little shunt on the side there. I was going to say Fine Moves can get past Diswood and get some space in between them, but he's actually copped a bump. Diswood doing a great job of holding these boys up. That's going to bring Tate back into the fight as well. But you'd expect to see Diswood come in this lap, and he's just doing his best to hold up these front runners. But it would have been so crucial for Fine Moves to make that move after the banked corner on Diswood, because he could have made so much space on Apex. Now having to wait this long, it's going to be the same as it was. So Pure Axle in, Diswood staying out again.
Is Diswood going for a no-stop? That is a very bold strategy there.
Maybe he's thinking along the same line. Oh, he gets a little squirrely coming out of turn 1. Look like it's going to cost him 2 spots here. Adam's just in the background looking for it as well. Bigger, not far behind. But maybe Diswood thinking if he can no-stop it and just run out the tyres, his track position and using slipstream can help him in the long run.
Jeez, Diswood just losing places left, right and centre though. He's got Adam now, who's done the longer strategies up his clacker.
Yeah, but I think Diswood's planning more for a high mid-pack finish here rather than a win with this strategy. So probably hoping to finish in front of the maybe Shans, G, Oil, those kind of 7th, 8th positions. But I'm not sure how it's going to work out for him. Because I feel like for him, it would be better to maybe let Adam by, use his slipstream to try and tow him along on those worst tyres, and then same with Figo, and then try and use those guys to get as much time out of your tyres as you possibly can.
Well, then you got someone like Pure Axel behind that little group. He's making, you know, massive gains at the moment.
Absolutely. But I think it's only, 4 laps that he's got to survive, so if he's maybe... I mean, his lap times aren't going to be showing his true paces. He's been absolutely swarmed everywhere, but if he's like a second off the pace for the next 4 laps, you know, he's probably going to go back to about 8th. He might be fighting with Shans on the final lap type of thing, and he might feel that that's a better position than what he would have gotten if he had pitted anyway. It's creating some great racing for us though, as Adam looks up the inside, Figo looking to follow him.
Yeah,
Adam
giving Adam a bit of a hard
Diswood going plenty of wide, gets a little slide on too. Diswood not looking to give up that spot easy though.
No, he's definitely not. It's just brought Pure Axel into the mix now.
Yeah, I feel like this fighting might be hurting Diswood a little more than it's helping. Oh, so he gets a massive slide on coming through there as well. So the car definitely looking like a handful after 8 laps now on these soft tyres.
And it also should be noted that Diswood's on controller as well. As Pure Axel looking on the inside of his, I go, holy crap!
Yeah, so I think this fighting has kind of nullified Diswood's strategy, and it's let Shans and all those guys right up in there now. It's costing so much time.
Yeah, look, Pure Axel is going to come through, Shans is going to come up through. You know, you're looking at G-Man as well, he's coming to the back of this pack as well, coming up as well. Jeez.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realise how much time fighting can cost you. You know, you go side by side through one corner, that's probably, you know, could cost you half a second to a second. You go back at him on the next corner, costs you another half a second to a second. All of a sudden your lap time's 2 seconds slower than normal. And the car that was in your rearview mirror is now on your rear bumper.
Is it those little like little moments, like, you know, putting a little bit too much lock on, wiping off that grip? You know, I remember I was thinking maybe it was in the Lewis Hamilton challenge. You know, I'm trying to catch up to Lewis Hamilton, putting too much lock on and going complete lock. I remember you wipe your tires out and you have no extra speed. So
yeah, absolutely. Knowing where the point of grip is and knowing how far to actually turn the wheel is pretty huge. If you're overturning the wheel, or on the controller if you're overturning it, it absolutely shreds your tyres.
With all that exciting fighting happening in for 8th position, I reckon we should go back to the front there. We've got Faimu's got a bit of a lead over Apex Humber and Tate 2J.
Adam could be involved in a fight fairly soon as well. He's got Figo and Pure Axel coming up behind him.
Yeah, I think
remember Adam after pitting on lap 2, so on some very second-hand tyres, as is Diswood.
I think, you know, that's probably that for P4. I think that's the fight we have to watch until the end. Just looking at close out and looking at different strategies. As you said, Adam pitted up earlier. You got Figo. He's doing what I say.
Pure Axel looking around the outside of Figo. Figo's not having it. Gone deep into the second last corner though. Gives him the inside for the final corner. Oh, Pure Axel at the wall. That's engine damage. Oh, and he's sitting in the middle of the track. He's taken out a teammate. That's G with engine damage as well. Oh no! And they can't turn around on the track without getting in the way. Oh, jeez, I think G-Man hit someone else there on the way through. I think
G-Man's just continuing with full damage as well.
My God, what absolute chaos!
Oh, it's that last corner. There's a little like sharp edge there. I know that I might have put someone into the wall there. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Mr. Visual Man. Last week.
How could I forget?
And it looks like Pure Axel has just done exactly the same. He's found that little hard edge and he's just yeeted himself.
Yeah. Well, back in that battle, Adam's got a little bit more spare time, but he's still got Figo hot on his tail, and now Shan's looking to join the party as well. So Adam hitting on lap 2, so he's on lap 8 on these tyres now. Going to be running 9, trying to hold on for 4th position.
Yeah, I think
looking at his tyres, he's taking care of them fairly well, but comparing him to Figo's, it's night and day difference.
Oh,
Figo gets a slide on. Oh, he's taking out Shans!
No!
Oh, Shans has engine damage as well now. Figo's got some rear bumper damage too. Diswood has just been gifted another spot after running this no-stop strategy as well. That is an absolutely brutal incident right there. Shans, he has to pit, right? There's no way he's gonna try and go around for a lap with all that damage.
Figo's going around last lap. This is going to hold him off.
Yeah. Figo's he's just got a little bit of rear bumper damage, but not looking good for the lower division members, man. A lot of these incidents have been self-caused, honestly. I think guys pushing for the extra lap time on old tires, clipping the grass, small things like that. So yeah, maybe some of the guys who are racing later tonight can watch this and see, learn a couple things, know what not to do at this point in time.
Yeah, definitely.
Seeing how much engine damage has cost some people here.
I think, with the Premier League racing first this week, it's going to give some of us in the lower lobbies that what not to do, because there's been, as you said, Super Dragon, there's been plenty of examples of what not to do.
Maybe we can jump on board with Fine Moves here as he brings home that shake and bake Nissan.
Yeah, pulls out a lovely lead, a 1.6 lead over Apex Humper there. Very comfortable for the first race. It's 11 lapper.
Yep, he's drove brilliantly. Looking at his lap times, he's got the fastest lap. He's been Mr. Consistent as he usually is. Apex Humper going to come across the line to take second. Tate going to take third, so great effort by Tate there.
It looks like the early stopper for Adam V10 actually worked, with him coming in 4th place, with suffering a little bit of hold up after that incident at the beginning of the race, and Figo in 5th. With this, we're doing the no stop in 6th position.
Making it work. Oil bringing home 7th after qualifying last. Ben coming home 8th. Rexy in 9th after early damage as well.
And now you got Shans coming in with that late damage, as well as Troy, and then you got coming through at an 11th with Pure Axel, unlucky with that, hitting that apex, but pulling off the fastest lap in the last lap there. Taking
of course, you just can't let Fine Moves have all of the glory. You got to take it for yourself, Pure Axel. And then we have the G-Man, who unfortunately couldn't duck into the pits after that incident with Pure Axel and had to drive a full lap on pretty much full damage. Really unlucky for G. Pure Axel will be kicking himself. Rexy will be annoyed that he spun. Shans will be annoyed that they did that. There's probably going to be a lot of guys that aren't too happy with their performance there that are going to want to make up for it in this next one.
Well, there you go, guys.
Fine Moves.
Fine Moves taking out your first sprint race of round 3 for the Premier League. Congratulations to Fine Moves. What an action-packed race.
What a great, clean race from the top 3 as well. Fine Moves and Apex were away early on and just held that gap. Tate almost rejoining him towards the end, but also drove a really nice race after some early battling.
Yes, well, I think this is a quick time we say quick shout out to our sponsors, races. Races have been a long sponsor of Wheel to Wheel. Always
through this next season. Very thankful for that.
Definitely, and we picked up a couple of new guys as well, with Pagnian Imports for pole position, which is currently heating up at the moment. We've got a couple of guys vying for that, and also Races Fastest Lap. So you also you have Future Youth for fastest race, and Future Youth for most race wins as well. So a couple of companies.
Can't forget Next Level Racing as well. Another new sponsor that jumped on board this season.
Yeah, all our sponsors trying to get us that development level, trying to get guys like us who can race close all the time and just to improve our skills.
Yeah, very thankful for all our sponsors jumping on board with us this season, and racers for staying on board with for yet another season. So
So
lots of
yeah.
conversation going on in the chat. Pure Axel says the guy that made this track should be taken into a dark room and otherwise.
Wait a minute, hold up. Let's get a couple of we have we last well 2 weeks ago now. Round 2, we're at Big Willow. Which one do you think is worse?
I think Big Willow is so much worse.
That's what I think as well. Like,
I definitely think that Willow is so much worse, but Apex Humper not enjoying it either. He says he'll hold the guy that made the track down while Pure Axel beats him up. So that's beautiful. Nice to know that even though these guys are competitors, they're willing to help each other out off the track to beat up the creator of it.
geez, just having a look at some of the comments on that's happening on YouTube at the moment from all our lovely viewers. Remember to like and subscribe to these guys. So make sure you like away, guys. Who disliked it? Who has disliked the stream so far?
Well, Flossie says he can't wait to put the commentator's curse on some of the Div 2 guys. Make sure it's not me, please. I've had a rough run already this season.
Nah, Flossie, not me either. We're both Super Dragon and I in Div 2 tonight, so...
Yeah, don't put it on your fellow commentators, yeah?
So, the 26th lap race. Strategy-wise there, Super Dragon, what do you think?
I'm expecting to see a couple of different strategies. A couple of guys maybe go for some longer stints, some 8-lap stints on some softs, and try and stretch it out to a 3-stopper. Or maybe a couple of guys going for some 6-lap stints and shorten them up a little more reliable and going for a 4-stopper.
Well, noting how action-packed that the sprint race was, do you think they're going to go for a safer option and maybe go for the 6-lapper or going for something extended, maybe risk it a little bit, knowing that you have to run a little bit longer on your mediums if you do like a 7 or an 8?
I don't think you do have to run longer. I think about 2 laps is what most will run on the mediums.
Yeah, 2 laps.
I could be wrong,
6.
but
yeah, no, you're right.
2 laps with both.
Yeah, 2 laps is the shortest one. If you do a 6 lap ones, or if you do a 7, I think you do 5 laps. Yes, you do 5 laps.
I feel like that'll lose you way too much time. I feel like the 7-lap is not going to be worth it. I feel it's either going to be 6 or 8-lap stints, but happy to be proved wrong. If anyone in the race is listening and just makes me want to look like a dickhead, go for it.
And I got to admit, and a big shout out to like the people who voted for this track, noting that Wheel to Wheel is a community effort, and we all vote for the track. So everyone who voted for this track needs to get shot. Just putting it out there.
So Wayne in the chat has actually volunteered that information very bravely and said I voted for this track. So I can also let you guys in on a secret and let you know that I voted for this track too, and I'm glad I did because it's had some great action and made for some good racing. I think some good watching.
So we're about to start the second race, the 26-lapper reverse grid from the first lap. I reckon we should jump mid-pack. I reckon we should jump on board with P5 Rexy.
Yep.
Yeah, Rexy, after having that spin early on, he'll be wanting to make up for that. A lot of the guys starting at the front will be wanting to make up for that. Pure Axel is going to be one to watch as well. Starting second as we see the lights coming on. 4, 5, all of them are lit. Long hold on the 5th light and wet green. Even massive amounts of tyre smoke as everyone absolutely roast the tyres off the start here.
We're actually already going defensive. Who is starting on mediums?
Oh, someone's out wide.
I think that was Shans that just got punched out wide there.
I think it was Oil actually got hung out wide. So
yeah,
Oil already losing spots. Figo has found themselves in last position as well, so not a great start from the T-Rex Racing boys. On the other side of the coin, a pretty good start from the flat-out racing guys. Pure Axel and G-Man currently leading the pack away.
And a mix of strategies at the moment. It seems like the majority of people have gone for mediums, whilst we've got Pure Axel, G-Man, Troy, Oil in My Blood, starting on softs. So interesting strategy starting. Oh, and Lewis will Ben. Sorry, missed him as well. There are only 5 guys starting on softs, with everyone else starting on mediums.
Yeah, so you'd expect to see about that. Usually the top couple guys will start on softs and try and break away. Shan's probably the only one in the top few to make the decision to go for the mediums and try and get them out of the way early. But most of the top 5 on softs trying to build that gap. Unfortunately for Ben, stuck behind Shan's on those mediums, so not going to gain a whole lot out of these first couple laps on those softs, unless he can get past soon.
Do you reckon? You know, there is a bit of a time difference between the mediums and the softs. If you had, because we all have to run the mediums and the soft compounds for the second race, would you gain a little bit of time running the mediums when you have a lighter fuel load, not a heavier fuel load like currently, like what a lot of guys are doing?
Well, I've heard a couple of people say that, but then you also forget that if you run the softs on a lighter fuel load, you're also faster. So I honestly don't think it matters a whole lot when you run the mediums in terms of your fuel load, as long as you don't run them for too long. Oh, we got Ben and Shan's. Ben finally looking for that move on Shan's on those softer tyres. Should be able to get it done here.
Yeah,
There's plenty of racing room, gets it done beautifully. And the only person back in the field on softs is Oil in My Blood, who got bumped a little wide through turn 1, so a little bit of a rough start. Not really the position he's going to want to be in, but I'm expecting that field to open up in front of him when a lot of these guys dive into the pits off of these mediums at the end of this lap.
The thing is, wonder what strategy these guys are running. Wonder what's going into their head. Like, do you drop down to 6, run safe? Do you potentially run a 7 or an 8? With various degrees of issues running those different strategies.
I think if I'm on mediums at the moment, it's just get through these 2 laps. We've seen how slick the tyres can be even when they're on soft, so you just get through these laps, get onto the softer tyre, and make up your time. You just run your strategy. You always have to allow for a little variation in your strategy in case you get some damage, but apart from that, you just stick to your strategy. And I would hope that most of these guys have it planned out before they come into the race.
Well,
So we got a couple of guys staying out on the mediums for a few extra laps, so there we go.
So we got Adam B10 and Diswood jumping in. This opens up for a potential 6 lap strategy, or even a 9 lap strategy as well. 8, sorry.
Yep.
Can't do maths.
So, yeah, Diswood and Adam will be ones to watch when everyone comes through for their first round of pit stops, off the softs and off their mediums. Oil still just really unfortunate to be behind 2 guys on mediums while trying to run his soft stint. It looks like he's been struggling a little bit here in overall pace, but still hanging about in the mid-pack with a bit of luck. Back at the front of the field as well, Pure Excellent G-Men have put a gap on Ben and Troy. Again, shout out to Troy, Premier League debut, I believe, and he's sitting up in 4th position at the moment. So, amazing effort from him.
Yeah, showing that, as you said, you come through the lower divisions and you can come through and show up with these Premier League guys. So, not every position in the higher lobbies are set in concrete.
Yeah. And just going to give a shout out to a lot of guys getting loose out of that hairpin, but just a quick shout out to Flat Out Racing, currently sitting 1, 2, and 3 in this race. So that's a hell of an effort from a racing team to take the top 3 spots in a Premier League race, albeit with plenty of pit stops to come.
Do you think it's also a fallout from, because all those guys in the top 3 all had incidences in the first race as well? They
did, yeah. So Pure Excellent G-Man getting caught up on end of lap 9, I believe it was, would have cost them a lot, but it's going to put them in a good position to maybe pull home a good score for the second race, but overall their round score might be a bit lower than normal because of the incidents in race 1.
Let's just quickly go back to P5 there with Rexy all over the back of Shans there.
Yeah, so Rexy and Shan's still on the mediums as well, while Oil's on the softs right behind him.
Now, if you're a Rexy, you're the team boss. You got your mate behind you. They would. I'm assuming they would have talked about strategies. Do you let him go have a jump at Shans, knowing that you know
Absolutely.
he's on softs?
Absolutely. If I'm Rexy and I know that Oil is on softs, I let him by. Because if Oil can get up the inside of Shans through a corner, he might be able to open the door for Rexy to sneak through behind him as well. So.
And I think one of them must be listening to the stream because I believe it looks like Rexy. Just let him
I'm
by.
sure they knew what they were doing there. That was a well orchestrated move, just letting each other by. Adam and Diswood still just driving around with each other at the back. So.
Yeah, do you think Adams is comfortable knowing that and just letting Diswood go around? Because Diswood does show some great, phenomenal one-lap pace.
I think that Adam is just happy to run his race. I feel like, in terms of strategy, he's gone in early. He knows he's got a long run till the end now. So you work with Diswood, who's either on the same or a similar strategy, and try and run it to the end.
And also knowing that Diswood just set the fastest lap for the race at a 141.
That also helps.
141. So these guys running nose to tail.
Looking at the lap times, Adam's lap was 7 thousandths of a second slower than that purple lap, so they are the quickest guys on track currently. Not wasting any time.
And you have a look at them; they're slowly catching up to the train that's ahead of them, even though taking that earlier pit stop as well.
Yep, some of the guys still on their medium stint as well. So you would, if I'm Adam and Diswood. I would hope to be in front of anyone who's currently on mediums after they do their first stop. Otherwise, the strategy's kind of not worked, and that'll put you behind the 8 ball a little. So, but the next probably 4 or 5 cars are running on mediums, so they should be chasing down at a fair rate.
I'm very curious to see. Like what happens? Like if Pure Axle pits in, so is it like I think pits just for tires is about 8.5 seconds. You'll have people like potentially people like Ben and Troy. They're going to be coming out on mediums just in front of those people.
Yeah, Shan's in off mediums, Rexy in off mediums. I've seen a lot of 5-lap stints on the mediums here. See where they end up compared to Diswood and Adam. Diswood and Adam have already come through turn 1.
Yeah. So one of the boys that just pitted, who was the very first one? Shans?
Yeah, it was Shans.
Yeah, so Shans popping up, 2 seconds behind. Jeez, it looks like that potentially Adam and Diswood's strategy might be in hand. But do you think the fact is because it seems like Diswood and Adam now are on the 8-lappers and everyone else is on the guys behind Shans. So we've got Shans, Rexy, Tate, Apex, and Bigo all on the 7. Is the issue going to be that delta between Diswood and Adam's last lap on the 8th lap versus everyone else is on the 7th lap, and also the fact that they potentially may have to take a little bit less fuel as well?
I don't think it's going to matter a whole lot. I feel like it's going to balance out really evenly. Since the races got cancelled last week, everyone's had an extra week to practice their strategies. So if there's so many people going for different strategies, I would expect them all to work out fairly similarly. At the end of this lap, we'll see if anyone's going for the 6-lap strategy, as Pure Axle, G, and Ben all come through that final chicane now as well.
Oh, it looks like Pure Axle's in.
Pure Axle,
G's in, and Ben.
There we go. Lots of guys coming in for the
and
6.
Troy.
Yeah, fine moves.
Fine moves coming in. Doing 6 laps on the mediums.
Yeah, Oil's stayed out to do another lap on the softs, so Oil might be running that 7, maybe even the 8-lapper. Puaxel has come out in second, but Diswood just 0.8 of a second behind, and G and Adam side by side. So that early stop for Diswood and Adam's showing that it's worth at the moment, as they started right at the back of the field, and now they're up here competing with the two guys that were leading the field.
Jeez, strategies are all coming to play. This is what I'm loving about the longer race, having both the races a little bit longer now than Season 6.
Adds that extra time for anything to happen, really.
Yeah, exactly. And some of the tracks that we selected for this for Season 7 has definitely thrown up a curveball. And, of course, the introduction of heavy damage as well. As we've got G-Man trying to make an inside move, Adam V10 P5 there.
Yeah, so G-Man on them fresh softs too. Adam on this lap 5 now on him, so he's probably starting to feel a little bit second hand. Adam lets G through. He's now side by side with Shans, but gets a better run out of the corner and should hold that position as well. Shans won't be looking to sit behind for too long though on them just 2 lap old softs. So at the moment, the plan for Adam would be lose the least amount of time possible, save your tyres, get through these laps, and then see where you end up after your stop. Adam also getting a purple lap last time around as well, with a 41.3, so he might be on some 5 lap old softs, but he's still cutting some amazing times. Apex stealing that from him there though, with some freshies with a 41.2.
That is some phenomenal speed. Even with that fighting as well, Adam still pulled up.
Diswood and G are fighting really hard here, so
and
G on the fresh tyres, looks up the inside, uses that extra grip. He's going to be on the outside through this sweeping left. Diswood looks like he's going to hold that position too, so that's a really tough spot for G to be in, coming fresh out the pits and getting stuck behind Diswood. Oil also running his 8th lap on the softs now as well. It's been passed by Puaxel, so Puaxel running away at the front.
Do you reckon Puaxel's on a 6-lap strategy with
I believe so. Yeah, I would. That's what I think he would do. But Puaxel always, to me, seems like the type of guy that wants the fastest car on track at all times. So, you know, the shorter stints, maybe less fuel, better tyres more often. He wants to use his absolute raw pace.
And we just missed it. We got G-Man going on the inside of Diswood around that fast sweeping right-hander for third position.
Yep, now we got Oil leading this train. We're expecting to see Oil come in this lap for an 8-lap stint. G looking around the outside. Oil's going a little defensive just to try and make sure he can actually get into the pit lane, because if you go side by side through this next corner and there's a car on your inside, you're not going to be able to duck into the pit lane if that's what you want to go. Oil actually staying out again while Ben ducks in, so that's a shock for me. I did not think he would want to go more.
Is Oil doing a 9-lap strategy?
I believe so. So that'll be that'll
be a 998?
But then he's got to do the medium somewhere. You don't want to run 8 laps on mediums.
Like, I know Oil is a magician on his tyres, don't get me wrong, but as we got Shaz making an inside move with Diswood as well. Oh, thinking about it, just behind Oil there.
I mean, I guess you could ask the question of how much team strategy is going into this, because Oil's stacking up the field. So if Rexy takes a little wide out on the grass there, he recovers without a spin, but maybe Oil could be stacking up the field, and that's going to help out Rexy and Figo, who are still running their race behind him. You never know. As Oil and Diswood are side by side across that big banked corner, looks like Diswood's going to hold the position. Shan's now looking up the inside.
Just kidding. Absolutely. This fighting must be helping out, like, G and
someone's getting loose there as well. Adam getting swarmed by the T-Rex Racing boys as well. Now in a T-Rex sandwich.
You don't want to be in that, that's for sure.
Yeah, we'll see if anyone ducks into the pits here. There's no way Oil goes another time, right? As
Diswood goes into the pit.
Does Oil know that there is a pit lane on this track? He's currently on lap 10 on his softs and is just running them out like there's no tomorrow. That's an amazing effort.
This one into the pits. That's 87 laps on that soft.
Maybe deciding to get out of the traffic and get some fresh air for a bit. Not sure there.
So this was making his second pits.
There's chaos for 5th position right now. You've got Rexy and Oil, followed by Tate, Troy, Apex, and Fine Moves. So there's a huge battle pack right there. Oil defending for his life against Tate and Troy. Tate looking around the outside, not going to have the position to go up the inside of the big banked corner here. Troy is being pushed 3 wide by Fine Moves, and Apex, he's down on the grass.
Oh no!
Oh, he clips the wall but avoids the damage, luckily for Troy, but he loses out a bunch of spots there.
How does Apex...
Oh, Oil's wide. He's out on the grass at the hairpin as well. So now this 10 lap has really not paid off for him either. If he could have come in towards the front of this pack, it would have been great, but now he's lost out a fair bunch.
Is Oil going to go into the pits? Geez, those tires are
chuck him a DM on
second-hand.
Discord and let him know there actually is a pit lane here.
I think, Adam V10, so Adam's definitely on an 8-lap strategy. Hey, Oil, you must have sat there and must have gone straight in, mate.
He might be listening to the stream, that might be it. Wow. I can't believe he ran 10 laps on the softs and was just absolutely hounded by half the field there.
What the hell? And he's jumped straight back on the medium for maybe, what, couple laps?
I don't know with him anymore. He's made me look like a dick enough. I'm not going to go guessing with him. We've got Tate, Fine Moves, and Apex in 5th, 6th, and 7th. Our podium from the first race, working their way up through the field now.
So back in the pack, we've got Oil, who's on mediums now and holding up Adam V10, but with a lot of fuel load. Yeah. The Magician is doing something special. I know magicians are all about deception, but I don't know what he's doing.
So while we were talking there, Fine Moves has actually made the move on Tate and is chasing down Rexy for 4th, so I feel like these 3 will be making a lot of time up through this stint. And Figo just trying to latch onto the back of him as well.
But let's look at the lead that Pure Axel has over Shans at the moment. Like a nearly 6-second lead. Like, I think, potentially that 6-lap strategy is going to definitely help.
Yeah, we do have to take into account that he's going to have about an extra 8.5 seconds for that extra pit stop though, so he's definitely going to have to build that lead out a fair way. But yeah, that battle, again, Fine Moves creeping up on Rexy. So it's really starting to get close now as well. Just reeling him in massive amounts of time. He pulled in 0.6 of a second last lap.
So we've got Ben in the pits now. I think Ben is on a 6-lap strategy with Pure Axel and G. Oil, don't know. I'm just going to be like, he's unknown strategy. Shand looks like he's on a 6-lap strategy as his top 3. Rexy is on a 7-stop strategy. So you probably see a lot of the guys potentially coming in this lap as well.
Yep. So Figo's actually closed up on the back of Apex Humper here as well. So 4th through to 8th now within about 1.5 seconds of each other. And Fine Moves has made up about another 0.3 of a second on Rexy, so probably going to look to make a move in the next half a lap or so, depending on when the pit strategies come in. So we know Fine Moves did 6 laps on his medium, so he's just going to be on softs until the end from here. Pure Axel's in, G-Man's in, Shans is also in. Rexy.
Rexy's in. Fine Moves is staying out.
So Fine Move's the only one in the top, what, 8 or 9 to stay out. Troy's staying out. Here we go. So Troy's actually come out half a second behind Pure Axel now. He didn't stop Troy, but he's shows that Pure Axel's lead's not actually as big as you might think. With him having to take that extra stop.
Yeah, 8 seconds plus, you know, all the fuel they have to take on board. Interesting.
Yeah, at least running the shorter stints. He's got that lighter car, but yeah, it could be a little bit rough for him. So the big position change that I've seen so far is Ben, after being in 3rd for that first stint of the race, has now dropped way back down into 13th. So maybe we missed a mistake from him or something, but...
Yeah, and it's interesting. And looking at a race leader at the moment, 5 Moves. So pitting in lap 5.
He'll be in this lap, I reckon, with that fuel.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't know. Is he? I don't know. I can't read any of these guys' strategies. This is all over the place.
Yeah, Shans and Rexy are going side by side at the moment as well, down for 8th position. Shan's looking to make the move. Rexy still has the inside for the uphill left, but pulls out of it. Oil now catching up to them as well.
So 5 Moves in.
Shans and Oil, sorry. Yep, as expected, with the amount of fuel he had. He was not making it around again.
5 is in. Troy is in.
Yeah, just wouldn't Adam. So they're still out on their own strategies, different to the rest of the field. Also, a 4-lap stint on mediums from Oil. So what is that? Is he doing a 6 and a 6 now? After doing a 10-lap first?
I'll see how much fuel. We'll see how much fuel he comes out. That looks like a 7.
Adam's gone for the move on Diswood as well, up for 3rd position after getting a purple lap as well. So back-to-back laps in the 1 minute 40s. But Adam, absolutely flying around the track at the moment.
Just phenomenal, Adam.
And then again, Tate, Fine Moves, Apex Hump are all within spitting distance of each other. The podium from last race, trying to fight their way back up through the field. You can never really know what position you're in at this point of the race, because everyone still has pit stops. You don't know who's using mediums for the most part, so... but you would expect the podium from last race to be up a little higher than 7th, 8th and 9th. Just shows the quality of this field, that anyone can run up the front.
Well, I can confirm everyone has run the medium, so everyone's going to be running soft from now until the end. The last person to get off the mediums was actually Troy, who did his 2nd stint on these mediums.
You mean Oil at the end of last lap?
Oh yeah, sorry, Oil, sorry. Yeah, my bad.
Man, do I ever trust your calls? Alrighty.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Fine Moves now right on the rear bumper at Tate for 7th position. See if he looks for a move up into the downhill right-hander at the end of this, if you call it a straight. But most of the field's spacing out apart from these guys here. Apex Humper looks to be struggling to keep up with Fine Moves and Tate as well, just losing it to 10th here and there, dropping him further back.
Yeah.
Fine Moves with about 10% more fuel as well. I believe they pitted 1 lap off for each other. Whoa, Tate getting loose on the exit of the corner. Shans has also just set a new fastest lap of the race with a 1 minute 40.5. So Shan's in 5th position, flying at the moment.
So going through the field, knowing that we have 12 laps left, just under, do you think the 2 front runners are going to be in twice more, with Adam and Diswood potentially 1 more?
I would expect so. Has Pure Axel... I don't think Pure Axel's run his mediums.
I'm pretty sure he has.
He started on his softs. No, he's run all softs as his G-Man.
Ooh.
Unless they're doing 141.3s on mediums, but that'd just embarrass the crap out of me.
Well, you're right, Div 2 driver now.
What does that make you, anyway?
You know what that makes me, a very slow driver. I'll openly admit that.
Yeah, Tate's setting his fastest lap of the race as well to try and hold off Fine Moves with 146. Fine Moves setting to 141.1.
Oh, Tate's
so...
just gone around.
Whoa!
Tate's around.
There's the commentator's curse again. He's not only was he around, he flattered the barrier. He's going to have to come in and repair that damage now as well.
Yeah, can you talk us through it there, Herbal?
Yeah, he's come into turn 1, and he's caught some grass, and that's it. He's caught some grass on the outside of turn 1 and gone around.
That's really unfortunate for Tate there. He was in a fairly strong position, just setting his fastest lap of the race as well. Then some commentator had to come along and ruin it. Diswood now being hounded by Shans as well. Shans, current owner of the fastest lap of the race, so rapid at the moment.
P5.
He's gone. There it is. The move's done. Diswood's tucked in behind him, knowing
Well
he's got to
done,
run
Shans.
the longest stint now. Great job by Shans there. Good clean move. Great racing between the two of them. Now Diswood with Rex to worry about.
Diswood running a bit wide there as well.
Yeah.
I think Adam
Diswood on about lap 7 on his tyres now, I think, because he came in on lap 9 and did that 7-lap stint after pitting on lap 2. So...
Do you think that potentially might have been a mistake? Like he's probably want to run an 8-lapper with Adam?
No.
What?
There you go, he's done another 7-lap stint, so I'm taking that as a strong no. Now 10 laps to the end, maybe doing 2 5s? I don't know with these guys anymore. Tate's staying out with damage as well.
Or is he going to be doing what Oil did at a 10-lapper?
On controller, I hope not. that would be absolutely brutal, and I think that would be painful to watch. Ben also just coming out of the pits as well. Like the field's spaced out a little bit, but leaves us with a good time to run through the field if you want to go for that, ZD.
Yeah, definitely. So we got Pure Axel in first place, got a 2-second lead over his teammate G-Man, running a 6-lap strategy, we believe.
Yeah, Adam running the longest stints, currently in 3rd. Shen's currently one of the fastest guys on track in 4th as well.
We got Rexy at the moment in 5th on a 7-lapper with hot on his heels, Fly Moves just less than a second behind him.
Yeah, then we got Apex in 7th and Figo in 8th. So they've been driving around together for a fair while as well. Apex has just shaken Figo off the last couple of laps.
So about 5 seconds behind Figo, we've got Tate 2J, potential with that damage still after that spin, and you've got the newcomer Troy HQ in 10th.
Great job by Troy there to be in 10th at the moment. Following Troy, we got Oil in My Blood and Diswood, so guys who are running strategies that are confusing the hell out of me.
And then last of all, you got Ben, who was up at the beginning of the race with the lead pack, but having a few mistakes and dropping well behind and coming in 13th position. So unlucky, Ben not having a race to forget.
Yeah, it looks like the closest cars on track that I can see is Mr. Robot himself, Fine Moves, chasing down Rexy. So we've seen Fine Moves chasing down a whole lot of people in these last couple laps. He's absolutely flying. He set his fastest lap of the race last lap as well with a 40.7, 40.8 just before that as well. So he's not waiting up for anybody.
Can Fine Move do the complete sweep for this round? You know, taking out pole position, taking out race 1. Can he also take out race 2 as well? Oh no, he's not going to do a clean sweep because Apex...
I think Pure Axel's going to be pretty tough to...
Yeah, and Pure Axel also took the fastest lap from last race as well.
Right on the last lap, he did a Lewis Hamilton. Came into the pits because you got a 40-second lead and may as well just get fastest lap as well because no one else deserves points in F1. Fine Move's really starting to hound Rexy as well. Looking like he's on better tyres, running maybe 1 lap longer on fuel as well. Really good run up the hill, pulls alongside him downhill, into the braking zone, takes the inside. Piraxel's in the pits meanwhile, as is G-Man. Rexy holding the inside. Oh, Fine Move's getting it done though. Rexy with a massive slide on exit as well. Adam is also in, so Adam, G-Man, and Piraxel, I believe, would all be running to the end now. I don't see him stopping after that. Oh wait. So Piraxel and G have a 2-lap stint on mediums to do somewhere, so they'll do another 6 and probably pit at the end of lap 24.
Yeah, I think at the moment Adam is the only one that can get to.
Adam's going to the end. I can tell you now, after the team chat, bar damage, he's going to the end from here.
Ah, there you go, inside knowledge.
Yes, so he was saying he wanted to run the 8-lap though and just run his own race, and he's done it fairly well. I think the gap between him and Piraxel is about it's about 8 seconds as well. So Adam might be right on Piraxel's rear bumper come towards Piraxel's pit exit on the mediums. But that's just a bit of speculation for later on to look out for.
But looking at comparing Adam's times to like Piraxel, Adam has very great consistency as he always shown, and actually a little bit faster than Piraxel.
Absolutely, and he's running those longer stints, and being able to consistently keep his times like that is amazing. Only losing 9/10 of a second across 8 laps around this track that absolutely shreds your tyres. Shan's in the pits, Rex in the pits as well. Is an amazing effort. So I'm pretty sure Adam is probably one of the guys that practices the most out of anyone in the league. The amount of times I've seen him putting up practice lobbies and stuff, and yeah, he's always about in the practice lobbies, if not hosting them.
Agreed. Absolutely agreed. So the guys on the 7-lap strategies just popped out.
So that'll be them to the end for the most part.
When does Fine Moves jump in? That is the question.
He comes in this lap. He's not got fuel to go another one as well, so what's that? 8.5 seconds back will put him in front of G-Man by about a second.
Will he be side by side with Adam, knowing that he has to take on fuel for the last 6 laps?
Yeah, that could close it up actually. So Adam could be on for a fight for the lead here. So we've got Fine Moves coming in this lap, and we'll expect to see Piraxel and G-Man come in at the end of lap 24. And then it will be an all-out sprint to the end, sprint to the finish.
Just looking at Fine.
Sorry, I was going to say Troy's sitting in 5th at the moment as well. I believe he does have 1 stop to go, but that's a hell of an effort for Troy.
Yeah, definitely, again, shout out to Troy, doing an absolutely amazing job with the Premier League guys, so yeah. Alright, we have to jump in with Fine Moves. He's about to pull into the pits. I think we could stay on board with Adam. I reckon Adam potentially is going to be the overall leader, depending where Fine Moves pops out.
Yeah. Adam coming down the start-finish straight now.
Yep, no, Fine Moves.
Turn 1, Fine Moves still in the pits.
Yeah, he's just been released now. It looks like Diswood just went by.
So Fine Moves about 5 seconds behind Adam and has Shans and Diswood in between them. And then we just have G and Piraxel to stop. Adam's actually catching Piraxel as well. So Adam's out lap was a 40.0 followed by 40.8. So he is flying. And he's purple.
And it's that clean air. He's just like when he popped out for his 8 lap, he just had clean air. Unlike Fine Moves, who's got Diswood, who's doing a little bit of Darooting at the moment, and Shan's in front of him.
Yeah. Oh, I wish I could fast forward like 2.5 laps to see where this is all gonna come out, but Diswood now holding off Shan's Fine Moves and Rexy not too far behind them as well. So, Fine Moves looking up the inside of Shan's. Oh, just gets his nose cut off there.
Backs off as well. Jeez, Fine Moves is racy at the moment.
Yep. And at this point, if you're any of the guys ahead, all of that talk I was saying earlier, oh, Diswood's gone, I think. Who was that?
No, he's just lagging. He's still there.
He's lagging,
okay.
yeah.
Oh god.
He's
He died.
I think he's got the Tombo
taking some
virus.
notes from Tombo, yeah. Oh man, so yeah, everything I was saying earlier about, you know, letting people buy to save your time and, that lag can cause some problems, to save your time and stuff, that's gone, that's out the window. You're on your final stint, you're running to the end, this is all for position now. We've seen Ben come into the pits for the final time now as well.
So it's a race for young and old at the moment. So with the with that 8-second pit stop that G-Man and Piraxel have to do, that puts him
behind Adam on mediums.
Yep.
So Adam he might have played a blinder here. He's the only one to do these 8-lap stints as well.
As Shaz has made the move under brakes on Diswood for that fourth position.
Pack is heating up too.
Yeah, because you got Rexy as well hustling Fine Moves.
Yeah.
That
Fine
lag
Moves
is
right on that rear bumper at Diswood.
Yeah,
He's up the inside, coming into the big banked corner. He's not going to waste any time getting past him there. Yep, as he goes through, now Rexy's stuck behind Diswood.
Yeah, Diswood's wheel tires looking a bit second-hand at the moment, that's for sure.
Yeah, so got to remember, Diswood came in on lap 16. So that's a huge effort to try and get those tires to the end. At this point, just trying to hold up as much as he can, I think, just like in race 1.
Well, he did do 11. He did 11 lapper in first race.
He did, but it didn't look pretty.
And on controller as well. So there you go. He actually did do it. So.
Yeah, I don't know. Personally, I think he would have been better off running 6-lap stints if he just wanted to do the 2 on mediums. But maybe he practiced throughout the week and found that this was a better strategy for him. As Rexy looks around the outside, it's going to turn into the inside for the braking zone here.
He gets it done.
Beautifully done. Yep. Cleared by the exit of the corner, runs it wide. Fine Moves now hounding Shans as well.
Fine Moves needs to get in front of Shans.
Yep. He's purple by almost 1.5 tenths, so not wasting any time.
Rex has just lost his position back to Diswood again. After a bit of a slide.
Unfortunate. Looking for Fine Moves to have a peek up the inside here through the banked corner again, as he has in the past. Shan's defending it. Fine Moves thought about having a look around the outside. Not going to be brave enough to do that. Here's some tyres screeching behind him. I'm sure that's Diswood's controller screaming.
And that battling just puts him a bit slower now.
Yep, see how much that battling has actually cost Rexy. It's cost him almost 3 seconds now to Fine Moves and Shans, and it's brought Figo and Apex right up into their rear bumper.
Fine Moves braking a little bit late, pulling it up just in the nick of time. Jeez.
And Shan's defending so well at the moment, using that little bit of dirty air to his advantage, holding the defensive line, driving beautifully. So this is the lap that we expect to see G-Man and Piraxel come in. It also looks like they might have to add a splash of fuel, so that could, yeah, they're definitely going to have to add some fuel. G-Man down now to 10%, Adam fuel to the end with about 24, so that's about 2 seconds of fuel on top of the tyres, plus the 1.5 second animation to start it.
Sorry, but Fine Moves is trying to make a move on the outside of Shans there. Sorry to cut you off there, Super Dragon. For that fourth position. Jeez, it is on for Young O as he has to look on the inside. Oh, backs out of it.
Shan's covered him off. Oh, Fine Moves with a massive slide. He's pushing that car for everything it has.
Mr.
And these
Robot.
two, this could be the battle for second and third after Pure Axle and G-Man's pit stop, because they got 8.5 seconds for tyres,
And it's
1.5 second animation to start the fuel, and about 2 seconds worth of fuel. So that's that adds up to about 12 seconds, I think, for me. My math's probably wrong, but
if these guys keep on battling, I think that lead might continue to grow.
it's about 11 seconds now. So they're also G and Pure Axle are also going to be on mediums. We'll expect to see them both come in right now for that medium stint, for that splash of fuel.
Yep.
And
Pure
Adam
Axle
now just 3.8 seconds behind him, so he has been absolutely flying. All of his laps this stint, except for that one, have been in the 1 minute 40s. So 1 minute 40.8, 1 minute 40.8, 40.9, 40.9, which is amazing consistency.
As we see, Pure Axle popping behind Fire Moves.
There we go. So this is the battle for the podium now between Shans and Fine Moves.
I think it's comfortable. Adam is probably going to take it out the Premier League. So we're going to call it nice and early.
He's played a blinder. I'd rather not put the curse on him because he's my team captain, but
no, I'll say it. Adam definitely.
Shans and Fine Moves. So we didn't realise the importance of this battle when G and Pure Axle were in front of him, but it's been the battle for second for about 5 laps now.
If you're Fine Moves with that slightly better tyres, where would you make your move? Knowing that you have a very talented driver of Pure Axle behind you as well.
Well, I know that Pure Axle's behind me on mediums as well, so if I'm Fine Moves, I look to... Oh, Pure Axle's got a great run through there as well. Fine Moves actually having to cover him off. I would look to do it in the downhill section towards the final 2 corners. But I would not be surprised if I saw Pure Axle actually go for a move on Fine Moves here as well, even though he's on them mediums.
Yeah, Shan's doing an amazing effort to hold off Fine Moves, going very defensively.
Whoa, Pure Axle's having a look. It's not going to happen though. Fine Moves looking for any chance he can get to get in front of Shan so he can send him back into Pure Axle. I would not want to be in Fine Moves' boots right now.
Pure Axle having a look on the inside as well, just showing his nose, telling Fine Moves he's there as well. One for young and old.
It's amazing racing at the moment.
Like, Adam's run away with it, but we'll just stick on for this position for P2 and 3. I think this is where the race is. He's not far
behind either. He's only a second behind Pure Axle, so driven a great race as G-Man.
Pure Axle showing...
Fine Moves has got to run. Not going to work though. He had a great exit out of that right-hander, but it's not come to anything.
Do you still reckon that downhill section's where you're going to make a move, or are you trying doing that fast sweeper?
I think it's where he has to.
Well,
he's looking. He's side by side. He's got his nose there now. Can he get it done around the outside?
No.
So really, if he can...
I think
he's going to cut back!
He's going to cut back! He's done it!
What a move! That is amazing driving by Fine Moves there, to think that Shans might go a little deep. But his fuel is looking pretty empty there as well, so...
Compared to everyone else. Well, the question is, now will Fine Moves actually make it to the finishing line?
And can Shans hold off Pure Axle? Pure Axle was so strong through this uphill left here into the downhill section last time around, even on those mediums.
I think we should say
running on the smell of an oily rag as well. Pure Axle's looking left, he's looking right, he's gone for the move! He's given Shans the inside as Adam crosses the line and takes first. Amazing drive from Adam. He's played a blinder there. Fine Moves claiming second. Shans holding third by 0.12 of a second.
G in 5th, Figo in 6th, Apex Humper in 7th, Discipline in 8th. Oily running an interesting strategy up for 9th.
Tate after that unfortunate spin and damage brings it home in 10th. Ben 11th. Troy, good job. It's amazing effort to come home even in 12th in this lobby. Rexy has had some problems.
Rexy had
he didn't run his mediums until lap 24 as well. But I'm assuming he had a problem elsewhere.
Yeah, I had to spin and some damage as well throughout the race.
Yeah.
Well, that wraps it up. Adam absolutely blitzing the field, running that longer strategy and killing everyone in this thing by 7 seconds.
Yeah,
Over
massive
fast...
congratulations to Adam, Fine Moves, and Shans there, though. That was a great effort.
So showing that the longer strategy does work. You run your own race and keep it clean, you're a winner.
I feel like you won't be as lonely if you're running the longest strategy in the next race after people have seen this.
Definitely, I think it's given the low lobby guys something to think about moving into the races for later on this evening.
Yeah, definitely. Wow, what a race! There's so much that went on in that race.
I can't talk. I'm actually speechless. It actually was.
After the carnage of race 1 as well, we were expecting a bit of a wreckfest, but everyone kind of they straightened it out for the most part. I think the only one we saw have big dramas was Tate and possibly Rexy that I missed somewhere.
I think we should have a quick chat to the race winner there, Adam V10. If you want, I'll quickly join him into the chat. Just 1 second. Absolutely dominant effort, like 7 seconds above everyone. Hopefully Adam's listening, so he comes in for a quick chat for that race 2 winner. But yeah, outstanding performance. So was this something that was planned with your team? Is that potentially your strategy for race 2 there, Super Dragon?
That was the strategy that Adam said that he was going to perform earlier on in the week. He said that's what he found if you conserve the tyres and fuel well enough. So,
and as we have, we got race 2 winner Adam V10. Congratulations on an amazing win there, Adam. Talk us through it.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, just stuck to my strategy, did the 3-stop, and it seemed to work. So I'm happy about that.
So yeah, it was a great strategy. Obviously, I was just saying you said it earlier on in the week in the team chat that that's what you were going to do. You had it planned out. You stuck to it. Even from having a bit of fun with Diswood on lap 2 when you both came in on the pits there. It wasn't as lonely as a race as you might have wanted, but you guys were flying at that point as well, setting purple laps.
Yeah, well, that's what I said to myself. I said, just race your race. Don't try and race anyone. Stick in someone's slip to conserve some fuel, and just stick to your strategy and see what happens. I tried throughout the week a 4-stop, and 3-stop seemed to work the best for me, so stuck with it and paid off today.
Oh, definitely. Like a 7-second lead against everyone else. Like that is probably going to be the fastest overall time for lap for the second race. So yeah, congratulations, Adam.
All right, thank you, guys.
Well, as you heard, we heard from the race leader, so I think it's time to sign off. So big thank you to Herbal Green Tea on the visuals.
No worries, pleasure.
And
thanks, guys.
And my fellow commentator, the Super Dragon himself. I'll be seeing you in Division 2.
We'll be seeing you there.
And thank you for all the guys watching on YouTube and Facebook and Twitch. Please subscribe. Go to our Facebook page, What's Cool Racing, and sign up. Hopefully you can be streamed in prime time, hopefully in one of the lower lobbies. So thank you for racing. Next week is one of the super injuries at Monza for our GR3 cars. So I'm going to be stuck in that stupid Lexus. I'm not looking forward to that. But yes, stay tuned. Later on this evening, we're going to have the Div 2 guys racing around. So you're going to see myself and a Super Dragon going head to head.
Probably at the back of the pack.
Definitely at the back of the pack. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.